are the Dan Band. Hush up your mouth, man, sip your stout. This a reggae band, them a talk about. We are the Dan Band. Inna this ya land, we are the Dan Band. We are the Dan Band. Inna this ya land, we are the Dan Band. 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 Dan Band.
So Don was slightly ahead of me. That's why I stopped him. But okay, so we've established that you're from Northwest. That you, your rough cut name came from your haphazard way of, doing your soundproofing. We've established all of that. We've established what your musical influences were, who did the quality assurance, and your roles within the band. When did you realize that you were onto something? When did you realize that you had something that could be not just of service to yourselves, but of service to the music industry at large?
When we wanted to play like the records.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
but what we nobody else was doing that.
No, but Don
nobody
said
else was doing that.
Come over. How did you get the exposure? What happened to make people notice how well you could play?
We started playing with Alton.
When we were doing shows with artists.
We did some show with Alton.
Being on the road.
How did you get onto the road?
As I said, like because as Undivided Roots, we was doing a lot of shows, backing artists, and it built up that we was good and so on until Alton started to work with Alton Ellis. And that's when we really, because he was quite a big name, he had a godfather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when we start work with Alton Ellis, he might give it. When we was working with Alton Ellis, we first was him give us a little 200. After a while, it worked up to about half of where him get. After a while, it worked up to till that. We take it the same amount as him get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We worked up to that.
That's your way.
And when we play, when we play them studio one, them on, record that.
It sounds exactly like the tune.
Can I just ask one of you, for anybody watching, and that it's really interesting, if somebody could just give a quick summary of Undivided Roots, so that people know, they can know what you're talking about.
Take it, Roberts, take it, Don, take it, Fish, take it, Tony.
Undivided Roots.
Come away, Tony.
Yeah, well, what happened was really, we wasn't doing shows as Rough Cut, and we was doing shows as Undivided Roots.
Right.
And we was doing our own shows. Yeah. We was doing our own shows. But at the same time, we wasn't getting shows every week or so on. So we have to still supplement our income
another way.
In another way. So we had to start backing and supporting artists from Jamaica. You know what I mean? And we booked them, we started backing them as Undivided Roots until eventually Don left and so on. And so we just decided that we're gonna work with the parent company, which was Rough Cut.
Okay.
So
Tony, make it. Rough Cut came, like Bubba said earlier on. It started from, because Rough Cut was a rehearsal place. It was called Rough Cut.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. Yeah.
It was a Rough Cut band. Rough Cut band didn't exist as a band at the time.
Right.
There used to be many bands that used to rehearse at Rough Cut rehearsal premises. Administrators and there's so much people we could talk about, right? But Rough Cut came, the band, afterward. Well, when Don left the band as Undivided Roots, from what I can remember, it's like, it was like Bubbles, I think Bubbles has said this story already, it was hard to replace Donald, to find someone to replace Donald as a lead vocalist, right?
I can imagine, yeah.
Was it?
Exactly. We tried a couple of singers.
That's
the first time hearing.
We tried a couple of singers, but we couldn't find a fit. Yeah, we tried a couple of singers, but we couldn't find a fit.
Really?
No, we backing work. The backing work.
Well, you know, to give Don his props, he has got a unique voice. You know when he's singing, you know it's him. So I can understand.
The best singer, the best singer in the UK. The best singer in the UK, man.
Thank you, Tony Phillips. Thank you, Tony.
But he fucked us up.
My head is growing big now.
He fucked us up. But the best singer in England.
No, but me here, very.
So yeah, man, you have to believe what them beatings then, you know.
Very tell me, said
Very
Don
cool.
Campbell is his favourite UK singer. Barry's tell me that with his mouth.
Oh wow!
Right.
Wow.
Right, it's the first me hear that too.
Yeah, if you never know.
I mean, this sounds like this band, as you've all said, it's a spiritual union. The chemistry was right. You all fitted together. So, how hard was it for you to make that decision?
Who?
You.
Oh, you're asking me the question. Okay.
I am asking you the question.
Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. It's the journey for me was a good journey, you know. It's just that along the journey, you find that which is not just in the case of our band, but is in the case of all bands and groups and all this kind of thing. You find that sometimes you want to branch off and do something different, you know, and you find that you want things to be for some things to be for the band, and you do for the band, but some things you want to do as in your what you want to do.
Yeah, for yourself.
And then, you know, yeah. So I think that's what mainly took the lead for me. Even though I know it was in Undivided Roots. Undivided Roots mean it's never divided. It's undivided. You know what I mean? But
True.
But then, you know, you do find along your journey that sometimes you get steered another way, and it's not that I didn't really want to do anything with the band. I've always wanted to do things with the band, but then, you know, you find that you're kind of like your mind, everything is going a different way, and you're feeling that you want to put other things in different boxes and so forth. And you know, for me, that's where that journey took me. You know what I'm saying? Just like in anything else, you know, some of the musicians then was in Undivided Roots were doing other things as well. Bubblers, for instance, was working alongside Aswad because of his talent and everything else and so forth. You find your talent and your gift takes you different places.
For real.
Yeah, so you don't fight against that. You go along with it. And I'm a type of person. I just follow my spirit.
Yeah.
Wherever, you know, you'll find something to say to you. Yeah, all right, do that, and that's how I work.
So is it better to say that you could return if you wanted? The door was always open.
But the door is always open.
Yeah.
The door is always open.
Coral, let me add to that. Even Don's big first hit tune, it was recorded at our studio and played by mostly us. So we've always been by his side. Although he left, we've always been by his side. We've always been there.
Yeah, and I even know that. So realistically, the door was never closed. The door is always open.
Listen, you know how much BVs you sing as well after them time that we.
Oh, that's
BV.
That's
holy.
Yeah.
Holy. Yeah. For
you know, people always when one member leaves the band, people always speculate there must be some bad blood or
no. There's never been any bad blood.
Over money or whatever. So it's really nice to hear. It's nice.
Yeah. That door is always open, man. You know. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. And to be real amongst my brothers, anytime I go and anyone want me to do a live show, the first Monday meeting is my band.
No.
It's Rough Cut, because Rough Cut is really. We're all together still. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's Rough Cut. I don't call for no other band. And if any other band I get that is there, I don't feel comfortable. But so you just have to go along with what we have to go along with. And if I can't get the band, I can't get the band. But Rough Cut is my band. I feel comfortable with them. If I go in another, they know what they're doing. They know my thing already anyway. As Fitch say, our Fagan say, our Bubbler say, See in Your Eyes was done at Rough Cut.
Yeah,
I vocal See in the Rise at Rough Cut. When Rough Cut was at How's then? Jubilee
I mean, take the vice.
And Fish was the engineer that took my vocals.
I mean, take the vice. I mean, engineer session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me take the rhythm though.
Oh yeah. Antony take the rhythm.
Hold on. Just to keep Coral in the frame, right? Away from just like, you know me as a drummer, right? And now Fish is a bass man, and you know, Bubbles is a keyboard player, you know, Tony's a guitarist, you know, Donald's a singer. Right. It was, you know, there's other skills behind that people don't really see. It's not something that's pushed in your face like you would know. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think all of us
I think all of us have got.
I think it's really healthy. It's a really healthy existence for a band. It really.
When we first started recording, because after a while we was rehearsing. And we didn't have a little 2-track machine.
I know you're going to go there.
Look at us try. I must say, we do a recording. Pablo's just playing drums. You don't see it. We do a little recording. He said, clothes and skirt. It sounds wicked. And from that day, we was going in that direction. He was going in that direction.
How many tracks did Rough Cut produce?
Tony, and I'm laughing after Tony.
Yeah, go on.
How many tracks did you produce, do you think? Or
listen, hold on, sorry again, folks. When me said to Bubblers, we said, hey Bubblers, we can build a studio, you know. Bubblers laugh. Bubblers build a studio in Stonebridge. And laugh after me. Laugh.
I did.
Until him see it manifest.
And him see it. Bubblers was the main man. Bubblers was the main man.
Yeah, you know what it was? You couldn't leave Bubblers out the studio.
But you know what it was? I remember when we just had a desk. We just had a desk and some speakers. And we were taping the rehearsals. That's what it was. We were taping the rehearsals. So a band would go in there, or we'd go in there and jam. And I'd go in the room and I'd tape, EQ up the desk. And I said, maybe this can work, you know. And that's where that sowed the seed. So there was a WEM. You remember
a blackboard
speakers? There's a
and the blackboard
speakers. One big WEM speaker and a desk. And a blackboard that had about 16 channels on it.
Man, the blackboard left,
and I'm there mixing the rehearsals, you know. And everybody used to get the cassette sounds good, you know. I said, hey Tony, this mic can work, you know. And I'm going, that sowed the seeds of me being an engineer, producer, stroke, whatever.
Yeah. That's when you realize.
I cut my teeth on that.
The Bubblers them a mix up it like some tune,
It was.
So that brings me to the question I asked before. I didn't realize, Tony, that you hadn't finished. So how many tracks do you think that you have produced in Rough Cut's lifetime?
Wow.
What a catalog.
Oh God, jeez.
Well over 200. Well over 200 tunes.
It's a big
Seriously?
Yes, probably over 200. Yeah.
Could even be more than that.
That's why I said well over 200.
Enough tunes we never released them. And
where are the tunes? Where are the unreleased tunes?
Me have them.
Okay.
I have everything, man. I have everything. The 2-track, them, the this, the that.
Even the most of it make sure it's somebody.
The that as well. The that. The that.
Even though some of them is missing, but still, you know what I mean. But man, all of them.
Is there a plan for the unreleased?
Of course.
You make it exclusive on my channel.
We want to do that.
That's what Tony's doing. That's what Tony's doing now. That's what Tony's doing now. Tony's doing that. He's cataloging all the old stuff.
Hold on, then. Let me ask Tony a question.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. The question is, Telling Me Lies. You have it?
I've got it, yeah.
I'm telling me.
All right, good. Good. That's what we
I
want.
tune that, you know.
You know, you hear it.
Well, I know.
I tune that, you know.
All I know. Because that the tune there, it's like I'm just saying to myself, want to telling me lies. I'm not look feet online and certain little things amongst all the other tune and bunch rough cut. I can't find it. I can't find telling me lies.
I'll send
me
you
a big BB tonight, bro. Yeah.
Hey,
the lies are big tune now.
Don, you remember this tune now? Since I met you, everything's been going right. Oh my
yeah.
Won't you tell me why?
Murder tune, man.
Which brings us on to
hold on. Sorry, Colin. You have it?
like this.
Yeah,
We are gathering like this.
You have that
because-
tune that you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Well,
sorry,
half of the
Colin.
ear.
It's all right. Carry on. Order. We are gathered here today. I said that in a Maxi Priest interview as well. Anyway, the reason why obviously the band is gathered is because you are celebrating 40 years in the business.
Yeah.
40 years as a Rough Cut Band.
Yeah.
That is amazing. It's the fact that you're celebrating 40 years and you're still in music, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So
yeah,
I'm going to ask the question, and I know it's going to be really hard for all of you because of if you've done 200 tracks, that means you've done a whole heap of work.
More than 200 tracks.
Say again?
More than 200.
So I am going to ask you, first of all, the first thing I'm going to ask you two questions. Your favorite song, and the second one is your favorite event. Okay, so your favorite song is the first one, and we're going to go around, and the second one is your favorite event of all time. I know that's going to be really hard.
No, for me, it's not hard. Favorite event, I'll come to the tracks.
Right.
Favorite event for me, I've always said to the man, and I talk this every interview that I do with people.
Yeah.
Is when you went to Jamaica Sunsplash.
Oh God, that's mine too. You take it with Fagan.
Yeah, collectively. That was the ultimate. 1987 culture reggae Sunsplash.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. Yeah. That was the ultimate.
Yeah.
Why was it the ultimate?
Because like we said earlier on, Tony said we were kind of like, and the man drew me to think the same way, like, you know, record. When you're playing the tune, play like the record, right?
Like
so we got that Jamaican culture in us from the English vibes anyway, because our parents are Jamaican and so forth.
Yes.
So when you go to, all right, because at that same year, I spoke this as well, I said, if I'm not wrong, I think it was the same year that Maxi Priest got actually stoned in Jamaica. Yeah.
Not stoned and get buckled, shandy buckle.
Shandy buckle and all kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Right. And we was there in 1987, but we was back in culture, right? So, and we had to do a couple of tunes ourselves first of all, before culture came on.
John knows that.
I can't remember who said it. It's like, I know it's between Bubblers and Tony. We was there. We was gonna play some original Undivided Root stuff at the time. And then, I don't know, something when you're actually there and you're on the stage and you got blows and skirt, we're really there, no, you know, like,
yeah.
What are you about? After everybody...
No, hold on, stick up in. Yeah. Hold on. Remember, you know, we're in England here, we're the baddest thing since sliced bread. We're representing Jamaica and everything. But when we got to Jamaica, we were going, well, this is it. We were all cool before Sunsplash. When we got to Sunsplash, and we're backstage, we go, well, this is it. This is it. We're here. We're in the land of Jamaica, and we got to represent.
Yeah, you're
and there's no hiding here. There's no hiding. Yeah, exactly. There's no hiding. You're gonna have to go out there and do it.
Yeah. The only
you
hiding.
Be bad in England, but you got to be.
The only hiding you gotta do is if them buckle you.
No, okay. So
exactly. Yeah.
Now, I'm just gonna say, Fagan,
and you know, Jamaicans, they don't ramp. They don't ramp with you. If you're not happening, they're gonna make you know about that.
Yeah.
So when we went on stage, and you're looking at the crowd, and we said, boy, we got a little set for ourselves. We go, right. We started playing a couple of our own tunes. Let's got 1 and 2 to warm up. And Donald's doing acrobatics, he's doing flip-flops, he's doing everything. And the crowd just going,
we were all nervous,
what else should I have, though? What else should I have? What else should I have? And Donald's going, and he doesn't come to me, go, publish. Sing a tune, man. I'm doing everything here. But they're not booing us, They're not booing us, but Donald's panicking. So I go, look at this tune, look at this tune called Bombard. So we rehearsed it.
Yeah.
And then so we were there. So
yeah.
So with your bit remember when we were in school? Playmate and the play come. Be a gunshot of the well, is either hate me,
Bubblers,
is either gonna hate me or them love me.
Yeah, no, seriously, I thought you were gonna save the day, though,
Yeah.
Right. Well, remember, it's Fagan that brought up the Reggae Sunsplash. So, Fagan.
I just remember we was on stage and we done a few.
I would agree.
As Undivided Roots, I remember like Bubblers said, and then I don't know if it's between Tony and Bubblers decided to do, if I can remember right, we decided to do, I think it was Tony, if I can remember right, said, yo, maybe let's do the Bombard tune. We're going, Bumble. I'm going, all right, and when we started that tune, the Mounta, as Jamaica is at that time, the Mounta, me never hear a gunshot so like that in my life, in a real life.
I was saying to myself, it's like, well, them hate me or them love me.
Listen, me those of them tune
and I feel bro, raw.
Legal shot.
Yeah, because they would know that. It's classic, then they would know that.
Listen, let me tell you.
Tony talk. We have said Tony.
You see that Bombard tune, eh?
Yeah.
It's on certain man at Jamaica, certain sound used to play them tune there,
Okay.
King Tubby's sound used to play that tune there. And I remember that tune. I was over the ball ground where all of us was playing football. And the sound was a string up. I'm saying, the man Lego that tune there. And it always stuck into my mind, because I know it was a classic that, in all my sound system never have them tuned then. So certain big, you have to go a bad man dance, hear them tune there. Bad man.
Yeah.
So Fagan said Reggae Sunsplash, and then Don got excited because that was his favorite as well. So Don, say why was it was your favorite? We're going to come to Tony and Bubblers.
Well, it was my favorite in the sense of everything that everyone is saying.
Okay.
We all were there. We all felt the vibe. We all went through the same vibes. You know what I'm saying? So
how many people were there?
Huh?
How many people were there, would you estimate?
No, the place full, man. The place
Sunsplash. Come on.
Full out, man. Sunsplash. You know Sunsplash is full out, man. Full out.
Thousands of people.
But I wouldn't say, you know what? I wouldn't say, and I'm going to be real, I wouldn't say, because even if this is our first time, I wouldn't say I wasn't nervy. Because you're playing in front of Jamaica crowd.
Yeah.
So you're bound to get a little nervy. But man, we did a good job. That's all I can say.
That was the ultimate test.
Job, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
to go to Jamaica.
Like I was saying earlier on, sorry to cut you, remember I was saying that Papa Levi had Me God, Me King, that tune that we had mixing up the place. Because Jamaica, they take on to that tune at the time, right? Big tune, I'm going at fashion tune. But remember this, I'm not knocking Maxi, because we love Maxi. Maxi's a really talented youth, right?
Yeah.
But he just happened to got bottled or shandy bottle that time on that year for some reason. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I remember it was kind of like in the air because, they have the different nights in Jamaica. They have cultural night, international night,
Yeah.
And we was on the international act, or Culture's an international act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember, so Maxi then played the night before. And what we was hearing was, boy, them stone Maxi last night, you know, them buckle up.
Yeah.
So we said, boy, we don't want to go back to England with that. We don't want to go back to England with that.
Okay. Right. So Don, that's Fagan. I'm gonna go to Fish because Fish is being very chilled, and so before I go to your favorite event. I think they've started off with your favorite event. So what was your favorite event?
I can't falter that. I can't better that. Even all right. Before we go up on the stage scene, it's like the backstage quiet, you know.
Exactly.
Backstage quiet and people are like, oh, them boy. You know, backstage. Don't forget, you know, them stone masterpiece last night, you know. And was it David Madden, the Hans man? Never really too rehearse to English band and sing.
Real.
You see when we come off of the stage, I'm just big, sir. every man, yo, yes, man, top up, yo, every man just drive to him, man. It's like we're the biggest man in the place, man. And I'll give him running.
Let me add something to that before. Let me add something to that. Before we went on stage, you know, we went on stage after 809 band.
Yeah.
Dean Fraser and
Thousand
Hands man.
Yeah.
And a Thousand Hands man and the I trees. And they blew the stage away. I was saying, how are we gonna follow that? How are we gonna follow that?
Pressure there. There's a lot of pressure.
Then they feel like a little English boy. You feel like a little English boy. That's all. Because them man, they just come. Dean Fraser's on stage with about 1,000 hands, man. and they're backing up the I trees. They're acting up the I trees, and they're doing a wicked show, you know. Yeah, they did a wicked show, and another thing is now we was coming next, and when we were going on stage, they took off all the equipment and they put up an old drum. You remember, Fagan? They put up this old white drum kit. I remember it. Old beat up white drum kit. They gave me an old keyboard. They gave some old equipment, I said, no, man, they want to sing us. They want to sing us. I said, you know, don't follow that. Just do what you have to do. Just do what you have to do. But you remember that, though, guys?
Of course. Bubblers, that's why I was saying that. I know I was a bit nervous because when I saw them thing there, I thought, fucking, they're like,
They gave us the oldest equipment you can think about.
Oh, wow.
And we had to go upstairs. We had to go and play after.
Don't forget.
After Dean Fraser and the 809 band.
I'll cut you there, sir. And through experience, we know to play blindfolded.
See, the sound.
We know to each other.
We're all studio engineers. We're all, you know, so we know we just offset sound.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Tony,
you know, watch that, you know. Just a level up and catch the stage level. Even though we can't hear nothing, we catch the level and we are listening to one another.
All right, Corey, what are you saying?
No, I say, Tony, I was going to ask Tony, since he's speaking, what was your favorite event?
My favorite event has to be in Africa.
Okay. You went to Africa. RUFF CUT went to Africa.
The Dennis Brown to Zimbabwe, man.
Okay, I was going to say where.
I'm afraid that has to take the cake.
That's my number 2.
Thousands of Africans, different colors, different skirt colors, different colors, singing and swinging when we are playing Punani. Oh, God, you can't pay for that feeling. You can't pay for that feeling. And then Bigger start playing the the South African anthem. Da 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 da.
That's well, Boblers.
Oh, no. Oh, that has to be.
That was like 80,000. That was like 80,000 people in the stadium, Coral.
I'm telling you, that has to be my answer.
That is not a small number.
No, yo, that's the first time that it's down.
Because them up play the bass line with them mouth. Lo, 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 lo. The 80,000 people are lo, 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 lo. And I drown out the music.
Yeah.
No, but hold on. No, they're not lying. But remember, we went there before Dennis, you know. We went with Culture and Eric Donaldson before that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, that was like real royalty shit. Remember, Fish, when we come off the plane, we came off the plane, and as we're coming off the plane, coming down the stairway, there's all the news people, there was red carpet, there was Mugabe's government people. It was like, and we're going to the hotel, they turn on the television. I look for myself, I come down out the plane, I'm going, Ross, this is like deep.
It sounds so deep. It sounds.
But when we come off of the plane, it's the first time we touched down. So we kiss Mother Africa.
Yeah, man.
Like
that's what I was going to ask. It must have been a spiritual experience.
God bless your mama.
Yeah.
And them I love. We kiss the ground as we come off of the plane too. Yeah.
I remember one night we came in, we was out, we had a day off and we went out clubbing and all that stuff and came back to the hotel and, you know, Mugabe used to have his security people in, right? There was a guy called Ralph, you remember him, Fish? This guy called Ralph, right? And he knocked my door and he goes, it's about like, say, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. You know, us that was out hanging out till late at night and doing all kind of shit. And he come into my room, knocked the door and he goes, you have to come and see President Mugabe today. And watch me, you know, me say, brother, just deal with the artist them. And the artist them thing that, man. Cause we just, they are cool. And that's how I took it. That's how I took it.
Wow.
That's how I took it. Where you go? Fagan, you have to see the president. The man get militant for me, like me get frightened.
Yeah. Like you're diss the program.
Yeah.
Father.
And remember when we went in there, it's like you're going through an airport. You have to go through them little screening thing. It's like whatever thing you got to go through before you get to President Mugabe.
Of course, yes.
You understand?
Oh, that's history. That's
anyway, as I was saying, Fagan, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe with Dennis Emmanuel Brown.
That's your one. Okay. Mr. Bubblers.
It would be definitely Jamaica to me. But there's one other one which comes a second close.
Pat Kelly.
We were playing. No. Most of these artists are good, but there's this one show we were doing with John Holt.
Pat Kelly was wicked, man.
And
Birmingham.
Yeah. we were doing this show with John Holt. So we were doing he was playing to, like, you know, he's got a white audience. So we were doing various tracks and he's going, no, don't I don't want you to play that track there, I want you to play this track. So we were playing it by ear. And then we go, no, we're going to play Queen of the Minstrel. We're going, no, Queen of the Ghetto.
Yeah.
And then and they goes, and we played some numbers and I just told him to take it to roll in. And he goes, no, it's going to be no. And the crowd go, like this. And they go, we're going, go on, John, go on. And they go, no. And we're just going, and the crowd go, like that. And he couldn't help but go there.
So John is saying no, and the crowd is saying yes.
And he go, vibes to the rhythm, vibes. And the rhythm just take him away. He had to just go with it.
He had to just
go with it. He couldn't say no. Because the crowd real up in there. We have bring it down.
Listen to the vibes.
Yes. I could listen to these all day because there must be so many different events and experiences.
Remember that we've done hundreds of gigs, you know, not thousands. You know.
That's what I'm saying. I knew it would be hard.
We are the Dan Band. Hush up your mouth, man, sip your stout. This a reggae band, them a talk about. We are the Dan band. In a this ya land, we are the Dan band. We are the Dan band. In a this ya land, we are the Dan band. Dan band.